ladies and gentlemen. Oh, shit. There we go. Welcome back. I didn't do that right at all. All right, well, we're live in full effect, so you know, when it gets messed up, it gets messed up. What's up, y'all? Merry Christmas. We winding down 2020. Man, I'm just doing a few live episodes because I don't got my podcast room set up yet. And I'm doing it at my chair. I'm going to have people come, but I haven't had a guest yet. And I don't even have Rachel on because I have to get this all set up. But I just wanted to come on and do my podcast like I normally do. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Riffin. Welcome to Riffin. Whoa, 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 whoa. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, everybody. What's up? What's up, chat? I hope y'all doing good. Let me get my music ready for when the super chats come in. And this is, remember, my Matic Productions beats. I got my Matic Productions beats. My boy, he made some dope ass beats for me. I have a bunch of them, but I just thought I would use these for this right now. And I have a couple of good beats. So when them super chats come in, you know, in the middle, no matter where they are in the podcast, we can hit you with those. Oh, hit you with those. Erik Griffin flows. Erik Griffin flows. Erik Griffin flows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows about the Erik Griffin flows. After we do the show, you see the super chat? Make sure it ain't right. Here we go. Erik Griffin, hit that flow. You know, hit you with that dad shit. Anyways, guys, so let's get into it. And by the way, this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. That's Better, B-E-T-T-E-R, Help, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp. And I'll talk all about that later. That's if you need some therapy and some counseling, BetterHelp will help you out. And see that right there? We starting off with Michael McKinnon. Michael McKinnon. Hit you with that super chat. This ain't whack. Hit me with that rap. $5 ain't crap. Thank you, sir. No slide. Hit you with that jive. Erik Griffin. Erik Griffin. Yeah. Anyways, so let's get into it. Some of the things I wanted to talk about today. Should I do a Christmas recap first? Let's do a Christmas recap. I don't know how it is. This is like I just moved. I moved on the 19th, so nothing was set up. I really don't even have. I didn't have a Christmas tree. I had no Christmas lights. My girlfriend's Jewish, so Christmas is all about me. I don't got kids yet, so there's nothing to really even be. What is Christmas really? You know, Christmas is nothing without people to share it with. Maybe that's harsh for people that are out there alone, but it is what it is. I mean, I guess you can self-love. You can love yourself, get a tree for yourself, make sure you get dinner for yourself, make sure you treat yourself nice. I mean, that's a good thing to do during Christmas. You know what I mean? I got some water right here. Let me get some water. But, I mean, for the most part, though, like when you think of Christmas and you think of gifts and presents and the lights and all this kind of stuff, you know, that's about, you know, family that or loved ones, even if it's like chosen family, even if it's like not even like your real family, but just some friends of yours, you know, that's what Christmas is about. So like, you know, for me, and also you get to a certain age, when you're a dude of a certain age, you get over 40, you get over 45, Christmas, you're not getting nothing, man. Nobody's giving you gifts. Nobody cares about you, you know, and then I tried to explain to Rachel, I was like, she don't understand that I say Christmas means like I like being surprised. If you're gonna get me a gift, get me a gift. But she made it all about like, well, what do you want? What do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to get you? And it's like, just do you know me? Like the best kind of gifts ain't about the money. It's about like if you know somebody, if it's special, you know, you make it special for that person, you know, whatever it is, you know, like if like let's say you're into elephants or something, you know, and like you have a lot of elephant artwork and elephant pictures and sculptures. So even if I go to a place and I find some little elephant thing and it's only $15, but it's, you know, it's nice. It, like, you know, it means something. I give that to you. You're like, oh man, you got this little elephant thing for me. So it's like, it's about that. So, you know, when you with somebody and you know them, you know, giving them a good gift is about giving them something that you letting them know, hey, you know what? I really know you. I know you, and I think that you're really going to like this. So, but she didn't get it. So she had already got, but I got her something, and she don't even really celebrate Christmas, but she likes getting gifts, but we all do, right? And then she got me a face mask. That's what I got this year for Christmas, y'all. I got a face mask. A nice one, it's like a plastic. You wrap it around. It feels good on your head. But I was like, really? But my buddy Jeff, how best friends for like 20-something years, Jeff got me the Ancestry thing. So you can find out where you are, who you came from. I don't know if I want to do it, honestly. I don't know how you guys feel about that. What about you guys in chat? Tell me how you feel about that, since we're doing this live. And if you guys listening, you can put in the comments or send me messages. Like, what do you, like, I don't know if I want to really know where all my ancestors are from. I don't know if I want to know that. Is it important to know that? Or is it more important to, like, this is how I grew up, this is what I was told, this is what I see? So I don't even know. My family I have such a mixed background, from Central America, from Belize and Honduras and Jamaica, and I have all these family members from all these different types of things. And so it's like, you see my aunts are like, one of them looks like Oprah, you know what I mean? They're like dark skinned, black, My mom's fair skinned like me. I look more like my mom. Never met my dad before. So I don't even know who knows what that ancestry is. And so, I look at my mom's side of the family, and even she's estranged from her. She's not even full with her family, who is this part of the family I'm talking about, who is darker skinned, So like, I always identify as black, but it's probably like 20%. 25%. But in the United States, that's all you really need for people to treat you like, look at you, treat you funky. You know what I mean? I always say there's only two types of races. There's only two races, white and non-white. In the United States, I feel like that. It's like, if you're white, okay, you have the privileges of being white or whatever. People identify, oh, that guy's white. And then when you're not white, it's always like whatever box or category they're trying to put you in. So whatever my percentage I am, I don't know if I want to actually know and see this and be like, well, damn, I've thought of myself as this for so long. Do I want that to be shattered, or does it even matter? You know what I mean? So that's my question to you guys in the chat right now. And for people listening, does it matter? You know what I mean? Does it matter? So, I don't know, and even if you're white, by the way, there's so many different, what I said about only two races, that doesn't mean that's right either. I just think that's how thinking that people have, because even if people are white, you have people who come from Scotland and Ireland and England and Germany, and there's people that come from all over the world that have like a fair-skinned look, and there are even people from Spain who are more relations to people who are in Latin America, but they sometimes look like they're white. So it's like, even just being white, you have like this subsect of being white, but like, in the United States, we just look at things and we just go, well, it's like, there's white and there's white privilege and there's this white, and then everybody else is like, whatever, or it'll be like, okay, you're black, and then, or you're Latino, or, but then even that has like, if you're from Mexico, you don't want to be called El Salvadorian. If you're Salvadorian, you don't want to be called from Guatemala. And it's like, we have all these like categories that we put ourselves in, and it's freaking crazy. So anyways, I don't know if I want to be like, get definitive proof. And it comes and it says, oh, you're this, and your dad's family from here, and your mom's origins from this. I was going to do a show. I was going to host this show. It was about this. It was about the genetic test, and they sorry, I don't know why Rachel's texting me right now in the middle of my damn podcast. You know what I mean? And so anyways, let's get back to this. So I was going to do this show, and I was going to be the host, and what they were going to do was they were going to get people, say somebody was racist, or somebody that had some like bad feelings towards, basically racist, whatever. But that was going to be one of the things. Like, you take some guy and you get him his ancestry, and he comes to find out that he's actually from all different types of places, and there's some races in there that he, and how does a person deal with that? Or, you're going to find out some information about your own family that you didn't really know. But anyways, I'm not being clear, but it doesn't matter because we didn't even do the show. There was a lot more to it. But anyway, the lady, the producer, she was telling me her own story. So I'm just going to tell her story because I'm not saying her name, so it doesn't matter. But she was saying that she always had a problem with her mom her whole life, Like they had a really bad relationship her whole life. So in preparation of doing this, she was going to take the test herself, right? So she takes the test, and then she comes to find out that she's like, let's say German and something else. I forgot what the two things were. And when she saw that, she knew something was up because she knew her mother was from such a place and her dad was from one of those places. So then she goes to them and she's like, so she sees that her mom is not from any of these places that the test did, right? So she goes to her family, her parents, and goes, hey, what's the deal? And then the parents reveal that it's not her real mom. And whatever the story was, but way back when she was born, how they dealt with it. But then it made sense now because you go, oh, well, this is why you hated me my whole life or whatever it is, So in that case, maybe it's good you finally know the truth. But in other cases, you go, maybe it's better like to not know. Maybe maybe it's like, this is what I've identified with. This is how I've grew up. And I'm fine with this. Like, knowing this information, like, what is it going to do? Is it going to change your mind? So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you people listening, people watching, put in comments, you guys that are watching live? I mean, is it important to know this information? Is it truly important to know what your ancestors are from after when you're like living in the United States now for your whole life? You're not even from that place anymore. You know nothing about it. You haven't lived any traditions or anything for it. Is it important to know? See, a lot of you say you don't really care. I don't know. I'm at a point where I don't really care. Like, I've never met my dad before, and I honestly don't care. I never have. It doesn't. Not that I don't care. It doesn't bug me. I don't know, you guys out there. I guess it would be terrible if, like, you've never met your dad. Oh, let's say you knew your dad, and then at 7 years old, your dad leaves. So you have this memory of your dad from when he's 7 years old, and he just leaves. Then you're like, damn, my dad's gone, and that would hurt. But if you've never, ever had a dad, I don't know what I'm missing until I see other people, though. I had a good buddy of mine that, we're not friends anymore. And, I told him once, I said, hey, your dad, when I see your dad and you and your dad interact, it makes me realize, oh, this is what having a dad is like. And so being around him made me feel like, oh, wow, that's what that would be like. You know what I mean? So, but that's the only time I really think about it. Like, I don't miss it. I just go, oh, well, look, is that what that's like? So I've never had a dad, and it's never it bugged me. Because I remember going to my mom and being like, Mom, tell me about this. I was young. I was like younger than I am now. Let's say I was like in my early 20s or something like that. And I remember saying to her, like, hey, what's the deal? And then she got a little sensitive, like, but I raised you, and then you go, uh-oh, something's going on here. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like you find out the truth, and now you're going to be like, or, because women had their secrets, and it's okay. Your parents had their secrets, actually. You don't know what was going on in their lives before they had you. All kinds of things were going on and happening. So I don't know her story, and I'm not mad at her about it. Even if it was, let's say my mom it was her fault. Let's say he wanted to be in my life, and she was like, no, and she was being whatever. I still love my mom. I'm not going to be mad at her about it because I understand it. People go through things, and that's on them. And there's nothing I can do about it now either. I can't get it back. I can't get the 40 plus years back of like having a relationship. My dad's probably dead for all I know, because if I'm the age I'm at, he was older than my mom. You know what I mean? So it's like he's probably 100 or 90 something years old. So I probably have brothers and sisters out there for all I know. I don't know. But anyway, she told me his name. No, I'm not drunk. That's a stupid thing to say. So I'm doing this live. I'm putting this fool on timeout live. You know what I mean? So when you come and you say dumb stuff, you get put on timeout. So for you people listening, if you ever want to watch live, know that I am looking at the chat, and when I see something stupid, you out. Anyways, So my mom tells me his name. She tells me some information, gives me his name, you know, and then I remember, like, she goes, if you want to find out, do your research on your own. And I was like, oh, okay. So then, like, 3 weeks later, I hadn't done any research, and I realized, and I had forgotten his name, and at that point, it didn't really matter to me anymore, you know? That was the test to let me know that it didn't really matter. But oh, guess what? Got another super chat. Ooh, that's more loca. $25 loca. You know that's crazy. Like Patrick Swayze. Ooh, it's dad shit. Rapping on it. It's lit. When you give that super chat, Erik Griffin comes with that rap. Oh yeah, Erik Griffin. Riffin with Griffin. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. With that flow. Here we go. Thank you for the $25 super chat. Get with it, y'all. All right, what else is going on, guys? Let's talk about, I want to go into who saw Wonder Woman. I saw Wonder Woman. Listen, we just came off of the Marvel Universe. It took like 13 years, starting with Iron Man, Captain America, and all this, and they gave us this wonderful story with, like, you know, really fantastic actors, some really great movies, some okay movies, but overall, the fact that they combined the universe, it really set a tone for what we want from, like, a movie universe, basically. You know what I mean? You know, the MCU, you know? So it was great. So DC's trying to catch up, and they're like, you know what? And they failed. DC pretty much failed at this, right? Justice League was terrible. All the movies they try to do, they keep losing Superman. Now the guy's back. They keep changing Batmans. It's unbelievable. All right, but let's go to Wonder Woman. So the first Wonder Woman, so Wonder Woman 84 just came out. So I'm going to go back. The first Wonder Woman, I thought that was a great movie. I thought it was a great origin story. I thought it was, you know, she's great. Gal Gadot, is that her name? Except for singing Imagine, she's pretty good. First of all, she's gorgeous, okay? But she's a great actress too. She's compelling to look at. I love her accent. I love, like, how she makes it work, you know, with the story. She's compelling, you know, like, I believe her. You know what I mean? Like, I believe everything that she does and says in the movie. I believe that she's Wonder Woman, okay? So let's just give her kudos for that. And the first movie was great. And Chris Pines, he's great. He's a great action comedic actor, as well as being an action type star guy. So he was a great casting, and they had great chemistry, and the first movie was great. Like, I thought that in the first movie, you know that scene in the first movie where, like, there's that big field, and it's called the no man's land because no man can get across it, and then she, like, that's the first time she takes off her coat, and she's like, well, I'm going to do it, you know, and she puts her Wonder Woman thing on, and then, you know, slow motion walk across the field. I remember in the theater being like, yeah, get a Wonder Woman, you know, and it was just, that was just a great thing. And the special effects is great. And I love the music. You know what I mean? So I love the special effects, because it's like, it reminds me of like a sort of Austin Powers, James Bond spy type movie. You know something cool is happening. You know what I mean? So, and it's great special effects. Like, kudos on the special effects. And again, you believe that she's doing it. You know, I love all that, right? So the first movie was good. It ended great. But then everything around with Wonder Woman in the movies sucks. You know, like, so then you put her in Justice League, and she's the best thing in it, but the story sucks. You know, it's just everything around is terrible. But standalone movie, okay, it was probably one of the better action movies, better superhero movies. I'd put it up there, right? It was good. All right, so now this new movie comes out, okay? And I'll say this. I thought that the acting performances by the three main people were better than the story and the movie, hands down, by far. So Pedro Pascal, who plays the Mandalorian, that dude's fantastic. I got to tell you, man. He's so good in this movie, he makes the movie bad. Because what he's giving to the movie and giving in these moments, you go, oh, this is too much for this movie. This movie's not deserving of this performance. You know, I don't like. He was like that at the end of the movie. He's like has this moment with his son, and you're just kind of like, wow, this guy's. Because in your mind you're going, man, this guy's really acting well. Like he needs to tone it down. This movie's not good enough for this, you know. But he's such a tremendous actor, so kudos to him for this. And some of the things that was happening in the movie, like the Wonder Woman herself, Gal Gadot. I hope I'm saying her name right. She was great. Like this choice that she had to make. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but spoiler, she has to make. Well, I'm not gonna say, but she has to make this choice. And I believed it was a hard choice for her. And you know, and she, oh man, she has this dramatic walk away, you know, and you know it was good. And then Chris Pine, again, he's a great actor too, man. You know, he has this sort of selfless role, and it was good. But let me just get into this. This story, convoluted as hell. Like I'm not with this story. I don't get the story. I don't know what is happening in this. It doesn't even make logical sense that this happened within the DC universe too. And I'm gonna get to that because that's my real problem. But just overall give the movie like a B- because the action was great and the story was good enough. You could follow the story, but you weren't overwhelmed, you know? You weren't like, wow, that was great, you know? Wow, I want to watch that again. But, okay, here's my main big-ass problem with Wonder Woman. So, Wonder Woman doesn't age. She's an Amazon. Her father's Zeus. So she's got godlike powers. You know what I mean? She doesn't age. So she's been around for a while. All right, the first time we saw Wonder Woman in Superman vs. Batman, okay? That's the first time we saw her, all right? But obviously she's been around because Lex Luthor had that picture of her that we later find is in the Wonder Woman movie. We find out where that picture was taken. And she's trying to hide her identity. That's what they're implying in the movie, all right? So we first see her in Superman vs. Batman, okay? Now, when they finally see her dressed up as Wonder Woman, Batman and Superman are like, who's that? You know, Batman's like, you know, I thought she was with you. Okay. Then cut to, we see the Wonder Woman movie, and we see Justice League, where she's now involved with Batman and Superman and all this stuff. Now, 1984, this Wonder Woman 84 is supposed to have happened in 1984. So if we're to believe that within the DC universe that they've created, Batman, Ben Affleck, is 50, or he's in his late 40s, still being Batman. So that would mean that in 84, he was like in his 20s, right? Is that math right? So 84, 94, 2004, 2020. Right. So so he's like late teens, okay? His father and mother have already been killed, all right? He's already like on the path of whatever. You know, he knows he's on this path. He may not be Batman yet, but he's on the path. In 84, you mean to tell me that nobody knows about this dime piece that was swinging around with a magic rope? Nobody remembers her? Nobody remembers Wonder Woman from 84 when this catastrophic thing happened. And so that isn't carried over into the other part of the universe. Like Batman would know exactly who she is. There'd be more pictures of her than just that picture that, you know, she tried to hide. Now, they tried to imply in the movie, like, she's in the mall, right? She's in the mall. She's flying around with her lasso, and she takes off her little headband, and she throws it, and she breaks the cameras. That's to let us know she was hiding her identity. But all these witnesses, like, people would have been talking about it. Oh, yeah, the chick with the mini skirt and the magic lasso, fine. She fine. There's no way that Batman wouldn't have record of that later and be like, oh, yeah, you mean that time you was at the mall and you, like, threw the thing, but they got footage of you before you threw it. And there's, like, 100,000 witnesses. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing with the universe, man? Like, it's like we can't, our brains, we can't allow that. See, I had this same problem when I was watching Marvel movies too. So we know when it was Avengers or the Captain America movies, like later they had more money, so then like all the characters would be in all the movies, Thor and all these people. But in the early times, like you remember Thor, the shitty one, the second Thor. Where's everybody? Like Thor is fighting some power. We already know that everybody knows everybody. So where's Iron Man at? But we know as a movie viewer, we go, oh yeah, because they probably didn't get the dude to play Iron Man, and so it would be too expensive. That's where your mind goes. Because in your mind, hey, you guys can't connect the universes. You can't connect all these people in all these movies and then just like let some catastrophic thing happen and not everybody be like, yo, what's up with that? Where's where's the Hulk? You know what I mean? Where's Black Widow? Where's all these people? You know what I mean? Like it don't make no sense. So I feel the same way about this DC universe they're creating. This is the same Wonder Woman that's in Justice League. This is the same Wonder Woman that was in Batman, Superman. How in the hell they don't know who she is if she was flying around in 84? Look, you know how they could have handled this? They could have handled this by once the main dude renounced his dream, his wish, what it should have done was reset the universe back to when they found the thing. If they would have done that, then they would have wiped away everything that happened in this movie. Then I would be okay with, in 30 years, Batman don't know who the hell she is. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I don't know how you guys feel about it. You just reminded me about something I want to talk about, chat. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't get it. And I hate that kind of stuff. I mean, I harp on little nonsense like that. I'm crazy like that, you know? I'm crazy like that. Wait, but before we go on, we got another super chat. Another super chat. Oh, we did it again. Everybody tell your friends. We got Max, $5. He's a giver. Don't let him show you up. Get no super chat up. Thank you with your chips. Erik Griffin is the best. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the super chat. So I don't know. So I guess overall, I just really want to see what they're gonna do with the DC. Like, are they just gonna reset the whole thing? Now, this new Batman trailer. I saw the Batman trailer, and I was like, ooh, wait, that looks good. Batman looks good. I can't wait to see that. But this is like supposedly like early on, he just became Batman. So he's been Batman for like 3 or 4 years, and this is what's going on there. So it looks dark, it looks menacing, and I love it. I can't wait to see it. We love the Batman story. But I don't know how that's going to connect later to if they're going to continue this Justice League and all this stuff. Because right now, Wonder Woman, like, they need to do what Marvel did. They need to do it with with Captain America. So like in Captain America, those became really Avengers movies. You know, like Captain America Civil War, everybody was in it. Captain America Universal Soldier. Not Universal Soldier. Winter Soldier. Remember Universal Soldier with Jean-Claude Van Damme? But Winter Soldier, that was an Avengers movie too, in my opinion. So we'll see, you know, what this is going to mean for, you know, like, are they going to continue the Justice League? And I believe the dude that's playing Batman, Harry Cavill, is that his name? I'm sorry, Superman. He like left the series, but then I think that the powers that be, they were like, dude, we can't replace Superman again. Like, we already got people thinking that this dude's Superman. We can't just have this go away. So they probably went to him and said, come on, man, what we got to do? How much money you need? How much money you need? We'll give you the money. You got to be Superman. So, and I hear he's going to be Superman again. You know, Harry Cavill. Let me see. You know, still Superman. Let's see what they're saying on Harry Cavill isn't hanging up his Superman cape just yet. Sources confirmed to provide that the Man of Steel actor is talks to return as Clark Kent in the upcoming DC Comics movie Warner. Okay, there you go. So yeah, he is coming back. So it just makes sense. And he did a good job. I thought he was a good Superman. What do you guys think? I thought he was a good Superman. So we'll see how that goes. Uh-oh. Guess what, y'all? Oh, we got another super chat. Yeah. Oh, Raymond, Nuno, Tio, 499. Plus I'm fine wine. Erik Griffin, be Riffin, uplifting, sifting through all the crap. All the trolls, y'all what? Harry Chorizo. That's what somebody in chat said. Harry Chorizo. That's like the Spanish Superman. That'd be funny. All right, before I go on, guys, next week I'm going to be back. I'm doing we got New Year's coming up, and I'm going to do my last real world advice from a grown ass man coming at you next week. So we're going to do that. So if you have those questions, make sure you look out for my Instagram post for real world advice from a grown ass man. But before I do that, I just want to tell you guys that, like I said earlier, I have a new sponsor of the show. So I always do, when I do the real world advice, I always get people that they ask me really great questions. But sometimes people ask a question that I go, you know what, I'm not a professional therapist or anything like that. I'm just giving you advice. But sometimes people have serious issues and anxiety. You could tell by the nature of the question that you need help. And so I always recommend, I say, get some therapy. Go find someone and talk to somebody, because it's important to really help you organize your thoughts. So because of that, I think I have a new sponsor, and it's called BetterHelp. It's BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/Griffin will get you a 10% discount for Riffin with Griffin users. And this is a sponsored portion of the show, BetterHelp. Listen, I say therapy is important, because a lot of things interfere with your happiness, stop you from achieving goals. If you feel listless and sluggish and you feel like, man, what am I doing right now? Or if things become too much, is something preventing you from achieving your goals? Like, BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with a licensed professional therapist. This isn't self-help. This is actual therapy. You can send a message to a counselor at any time, and they will get back to you. They get back to you with timely, thoughtful responses. Look, these licensed professionals, they handle all kinds of things: depression, stress, relationships, sleeping, LGBT issues, grief, self-esteem, you name it, they take care of it. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your monthly by visiting our sponsor at BetterHelp.com/Griffin. BetterHelp.com/Griffin. The link is below. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. And again, guys, that's BetterHelp.com/Griffin. HELP. Help. BetterHelp.com/Griffin. Check them out today. I strongly encourage you to do this. I myself have gotten therapy, and it is it really helped me organize my thoughts and pointed me in the right direction towards really taking charge of the things that I felt were wrong. So I encourage that, and I want to thank our sponsor here at BetterHelp.com/Griffin. You get 10% off. All right. So somebody said something in the chat about my Clippers losing by 50, and I do want to talk about my Clippers. They're my Clippers. I love the Clippers. I've loved the Clippers for a long time. I'm from LA. I love the Clippers. All right. I don't know what the hell is going on with the Clippers right now. They got Ty Lue. I don't know if Ty Lue is a good head coach or not. I really don't know. I feel like LeBron James is just that great of a player. He's won a championship with, 3 different coaches now. He's won a championship with 3 different coaches. And Mike Brown, his one coach, and when he was at Cleveland, that the best records that guy's ever had in his career. The dude that came from from the other country that they hired, whatever that guy's name was. He looked like he was a good coach. But it's just LeBron James is just a great player. So I don't know if Ty Lue's a good coach. And then we have all these issues. You hear like all this, like you hear that like Montrezl Harrell and didn't like Paul George and then Paul George wasn't playing well. But Paul George freely admitted that he was going through some stuff. I think the quarantine and the bubble was getting to him, so he wasn't playing well. And then Kawhi Leonard, who forced the Clippers to give up everything to get Paul George, he chokes in a Game 7. And he's not necessarily a vocal leader that they need. And now they're sitting here in this position where it's like they got to win the championship this coming year or at least really compete for it. Because I don't even think Kawhi Leonard's going to come back. And I think that's going to be a ding on his reputation and his legacy, in my opinion. Because we already know that Toronto championship is bogus. You know, Kevin Durant not playing. Michael, what's his name? Thompson, he goes out. You know, one of the Splash Brothers, he's out, and then they win the championship. So you already got an asterisk on that championship as it is. And so this is his time to be like, you're the man, you're the best player on the team. Klay Thompson, thank you. You're the best player on the team. It's time for you to like make it happen. You know? And so then they lost by 50 today. 50. What? You're a professional NBA team. You're not supposed to lose by 50, especially if you are supposed to be a championship contender. So that really ticked me off. Michael Thompson was his father. Klay Thompson is the son. Michael Thompson played for the Lakers, won championships back in the day in the Magic era. So I don't know what's going on right now. And, you know, we're going to know right away, in my opinion. We're going to know. Like in like 3-4 weeks, depending on what their record is, if they're meshing, we will see if this iteration of the Clippers can really make us feel like, give us that excitement of like, oh, we're about to go to the championship. So, oh no, we'll see. And hello, everybody out there, if you're here. All you guys that are listening live, thank you for being here. And everybody that's listening later, I appreciate you. Please leave your comments and things. And remember, like I said, I'm doing Real World Advice from a Grown-Ass Man next week as the last one of 2020. So look out for my Instagram post for that, you know. And so, again, I don't know what's up with my Clippers. I don't even like watching, man, if I'm being honest. And it's like, I don't know about you guys, but I like the bubble better in terms of, like, how the court looked. I liked that thing with people on the screens. I liked that version of the NBA because it still looked good and you still kind of saw people, and I liked that energy. Now they're playing in their regular stadiums, and you know there's tarps or they all got some different look, but it just feels like it's starting to feel like, is this what life's gonna be? And we're starting to feel like we don't like it. That's just my opinion. You know, I think we're looking at it now as like, I don't really like this. I don't like how this looks, and let's get this vaccine out and everybody take it, and so we can like get back to games. Transition. That leads me into that. So, you know, I was talking about the vaccine last week or even the week before, and then, you know, I see the messages people send, and I was saying like I'm going to take it. You know, I'll take the vaccine. I'm not necessarily worried about it. I'll take the risk. I think it's worth it. You know, of course, people have the conspiracy theorists about vaccines, and the people like, well, and there's all this shit about vaccines, from my knowledge, has been debunked. Now, then people send you things about like, oh, well, this is what's happening to some people. Look, some people are allergic to some of the proteins that are in vaccines, but that goes with anything. Like some people are allergic to a lot of things, like latex, for instance. Let's say you're allergic to latex. Just because you're allergic to latex, it doesn't take away the benefit of using a condom. Like condoms still they're not mutually exclusive. Using condoms are good to prevent diseases and stop pregnancy and whatever the positive column is for condoms, it's still positive. If you enter people in that are allergic to latex, it doesn't take away from the positives of the condoms. It just means these people won't be able to use condoms because they're allergic to latex. That's the same thing with the vaccine. The vaccines for people that are not allergic to those type of things, it's going to be fine. Okay? But there are certain people that are going to have some effects. Like I read a thing where one of the vaccines was messing with people who have, what do you call it? Like some sort of like cosmetic work done, like lip injections and things like that. But then when I read further, well, that's natural because the vaccine is fighting against foreign antibodies. And so, yes, it is causing a adverse effect with people that got lip injections, but they have that, it can easily be remedied. But to me, that doesn't mean, oh my God, the vaccine is terrible. Look what's going on with the vaccine, you know? So for all you people that are going to send me messages about the vaccine and all this kind of stuff, it's like, I believe in my logic. My logic is sound. The positive effects of the vaccine have nothing to do with people that are allergic. It doesn't mean that the vaccine is bad. It just means that it's not going to be good for those people, and it's not a large number of people. But, you know, some people have effects of, you know, what do you call it, of some of the ingredients in the vaccine. So, look, I hope my parents take it. I want my mom and my stepfather to take it because I want them to be safe. I want them to be able to, like, get out. Because this is like my mom's got dementia, and this is like the last parts of her life. I don't want her to be cooped up in their place because she can't go out and can't, be breathed on and not live. I want them to live, So I hope they get it out there for people. And I want all those frontline workers. And, man, you read up on these things, you hear about all of the like mailmen who have gotten corona, all of the, there's all those like sort of like those service workers and frontline workers who had to keep working. They're suffering out there. I heard somebody say it was a good idea. I heard this when I was listening to First Take. Stephen A. Smith said he heard it from someone else, but saying that like what they should do for the Super Bowl is give the vaccine to all of as many nurses and doctors and frontline workers as possible, and then fill the Super Bowl stadium up with them for free, Like fly them all out, have as many of them as you can come and be at the Super Bowl, and that'll be a great, like, hey, we're going to get back to normal. That'd be a good look to get back to normal, all right? Oh, guess what, guys? Oh, here we go. That's Cedric Washington with $1.99. That's all you get for $1.99. You get a couple of rhymes. I hope you think that's fine. I'm just kidding. Thanks, man. Thanks for the super chats. And then what do you guys think about everybody listening, people listening live and people listening like the replays and stuff? Like, I don't really have a problem with like the NFL, like sports figures, even, unless I'm in the entertainment business. And so I would, I think some entertainers that provide service of the entertainment getting the vaccine before some regular folks get it too, because of all that it provides. Like, it's like the NBA players, forget them. So they have to get it. But that means that look at all the people that are employed because of the NBA. So that's why you have to give it to them. And then you give it to them, you got to give it to the referees. You give it to the referees. You got to make sure the people that work in the stadiums. And, so then this provides something. It provides something for society. So I think I don't have a problem with them, like, jumping the line per se, I think that there's a privilege to it, but I think that I'm okay with it, honestly, because I see what it provides. Like, thank goodness we have this escape right now of even watching sports, So I translate that to like, like productions, people doing movies and television shows that are always, always here. Oh, we got a new member too. Joshua Alvarez became a member. You could become a member too. Be an egghead. But anyways, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but you could tell me in your, you could tell me in the comments. All right, well, let's finish off with, this relief, the COVID relief bill or whatever it is. So first it was like they were going to send everybody $600. Everybody tripping on $600. And rightfully so. $600? I don't care where you are in the country. What you gonna do with that $600? Like, are you paying your bills? Are you paying your rent? It's like a one-time $600. So to me, it's like, what are we complaining about? Just get the $600 because I don't care how much money it is. Like, so now they're talking about $2,000, right? So is that go? Oh, now I'm getting $2,000. Is that paying your bills? Are you surviving off that? Like, how many people that are listening right now and watching right now, what's your rent? You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of you, like, even if your rent is $800 and you got roommates, or you live in a single, or you live in a part of the country where the rent isn't as high as LA. But I'm just talking LA. All you people that live in LA, you don't got to be rich. I'm just talking about just regular ass rent in LA. That $2,000, gone. It's gone. Okay? So you're talking 2 months, maybe. But what about all the bills and expenses that go on with that? So what I'm saying is, we all need to just shut up, because it's never going to be enough money to help people. It's never going to be enough money to help people, right? So this is just them going here. So even if it's just the $600, okay, like give me the $600. Like what? And if it's $2,000, I don't even qualify for it. I don't think I didn't get the one before. So there's certain people that are like, you're in a certain tax bracket, you shouldn't get it. Okay. And I agree with that. But at a certain point, it's like, you're going to complain about the $600 because you want $2,000 or whatever the amount is, and it's still not going to be enough, is my point. So I don't know, man. And I'm talking about that as people are sending me entertainment tips, right? Yeah. Yeah. $5 from Ricky Yoga. Shoulder. Here we go. Oh, this is Griffin. You know it's always a limit. Sometimes I'm in the kitchen. Here we go. I play the game on every game. Don't make no plans about it. Listen. Martin, what genius. You got your woo-woos. All right, guys. So that's my only vent I wanted to say about that. But since we're winding down 2020, and I'm doing this live right now, we're in the live chat. If there are some live questions you would like me to answer right now, I will answer live right now. So if you're in the chat right now and you have a Erik Griffin question, a Riffin with Griffin question, or something that you want me to address, we're going to take the last 10 minutes of the show right now and address that. And make sure you also, guys, watch me. We have one more episode of The Potluck on Twitch on the Crown channel. It's a show I'm hosting with the lovely Lisa Malambry. It's like we're showing a bunch of like all the different odds and ends and pop culture stuff that's on Twitch. It's like a talk show, and we're presenting it. And we have one more episode. It was only a December run, so that's Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. So make sure you guys check that out this Wednesday on the Crown channel. Anyways, so what you got? What you got, guys? Anybody? Let's go. I guess nobody has any questions. Am I done with Destiny? No. Destiny is a video game that I play on Xbox. It's just like a first-person shooter type game. I've been playing it for like 5-6 years. It is such a addictive, fantastic game. I love it. And the new version came out, but I'm just so addicted to Call of Duty. I love playing Call of Duty that I haven't been playing Destiny as much, but I will play it. I already gave my review of Wonder Woman, so you have to rewatch this episode, and you'll see that I gave a whole in-depth review of Wonder Woman 84. Overall, I thought it was okay, but it wasn't like wow. I wasn't like wowed by it. Somebody says to me, how are you coping with the craziness in the world at the moment? It's hard. I don't know if I'm really coping. I guess I am coping. I'm doing what I can. I've readjusted. I game now. You know, look at me. I'm doing live episodes like this now. You know, I'm like, you know, a homebody. I'm trying to stay safe, and I'm trying to like. So that's how I'm coping with it. But it's tough. I miss my friends. I miss hanging out. I miss going to movies. I miss eating out at restaurants, man. I miss interacting with people. I miss meeting fans. I miss like the meet and greets at shows. I miss doing stand up, man. I miss it. I miss being at the club and like, you know, afterwards giving people hugs, man. I'm a hugger. People will come up to me and we take pictures and I got my arms around them and we take these great pictures. And I miss all that. You know, it's been tough, and I have my moments. I'm just being honest with you. I have my moments where I'm just really depressed about it, you know? And then I just go, damn, well, you know, I can't, there's nothing I could do about it, so I just have to like make the best of it. But sometimes you get tired of making the best of it and you just want the best. You know what I mean? So it is hard. That's how I deal with it. You know, I deal with it by just remembering that, you know, I am still entertaining people. You know, I remember I have a beautiful fiance who I love dearly, and she's just been my rock, and I really appreciate her. So I just remember some of the good things. You know what I mean? I still, you know, talk to my friends. I still, you know what I mean? It's but again, it's hard. So it is what it is. Somebody says, can you smoke a joint next stream? No, I cannot, because I don't really smoke weed. I did start doing a little CBD with a little THC. So like the most I like is like a 4-1 mix, which is like 20%. And you know, you count the numbers by, it's like 4. So it's like if there's 1 hit of THC and 4 hits of CBD, that means total of 5, so that would be 20%. So they have like, I like that percentage right there. And then they have the other ones, you know, 8-1, 16-1, and all that kind of stuff. But like, to me, CBD is like useless unless you got to have a little bit of THC in there to give it a little spark. That's the spark of magic that you need. See, what a stupid question. Would you still do the podcast if you developed Bell's palsy from the vaccine? Come on, man. Yeah, I probably would have to, you know. It would be Bell's palsy with Griffin. That's how I have to do it. I have not. Somebody asked if I'm a film worker. Have you been on set at all? No, I have not been on. Actually, have I been on a set? No, I don't even remember now if I've been on a set during these times. Actually, I haven't been on a set. I've actually done a lot of online stuff. I've just been exclusively doing like online, sitting here in front of the camera and doing stuff. So that's how I've been making money and like surviving that way. So, but I hear like if you know, it's like it's a lot for them to like, you know, set up the you know, make sure it's safe, you know, make sure everybody's following the protocols. You know, it's like you have to rely on other, but that's what we do when we drive on the streets. Look, when you're driving in the street, you trust that the other people driving in the street are going to follow the rules. When you're headed to a green light, you know that the people coming opposite of you, they're going to stop. Okay? You know they're going to stop. If you didn't trust other people, you wouldn't be able to drive. So that's how it has to be about COVID. We have to hope that people are being safe, and when they come to you from their environment, or you're working in like a studio set or something like that, that everybody's taking care of business. That's all that we could do. We just have to hope, you know, we have to hope that that's how it works. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I don't know, guys. Favorite British comedy that's not The Office? Mark Duffy, also with a super chat too. So wait, we gotta get super chat going. Oh yeah, his name is Mark Duffy. He's not fluffy. He's ruffy. Untitled Chapter. When I was a kid, I don't know if this was British or not, but I don't know if you guys even know, or the old people that are watching right now. I remember Benny Hill. Did that count as a British comedy? I don't know that too many British comedies. Because, like, you know, I just like that we take the British comedies and we make them better. In your face, Duffy. I thank you. I like that people are noticing that I'm looking slim. It's just that I've been eating better. I am not eating out at restaurants and having a lot of fast food. So when you do that, you naturally are going to start to lose weight if a lot of the weight was put on by eating terrible food. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm starting to, you know, eat better. You know, I'm having more. Like, I had a salad for dinner tonight, for lunch. Then I had, like, chicken and vegetables for dinner. And that's just how I'm eating, and that's just one of the ways. But I also have to mix in some more exercise. But it's difficult because I like to go into the gym. I like to go in. So, like, they have a lot of these, like, indoor stuff now. Like, you can go on to YouTube and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start doing that kind of stuff because we have an extra room now that, like, I got into this big argument with Rachel. I'm going to finish off telling you guys about this. It wasn't a big argument, but it just was stupid because we haven't really moved in yet. We haven't unpacked everything. So we had a bunch of boxes of stuff in the living room. It's on the ground floor. So she hits me up and goes, "Hey, I want to make a video to send to my family." So take all that stuff out of the living room. So I take all the stuff out of the living room and I put it in the second bedroom because I need to organize it still, right? Then she comes home and she's mad at me because I'm playing video games. I'm streaming. I make money streaming, so I'm streaming. But I know what it really was. She just wanted me to spend time with her, right? Next thing you know, I hear a lot of ruckus in the hallway, and she's moving stuff out of the room because she's like, "Well, this is supposed to be my room, my yoga room. I want to do yoga in here, and I can't, and I want to do yoga, and tomorrow's my day off." I mean, we got into this whole thing, and I was like, "What are you talking about? If you had told me to clear this room, I would have cleared it." So we get into a big thing about it. She storms off. I go in. It takes me like 10 minutes. I move all that stuff into the closet. I take her yoga mat and I put it in the middle of the room, and there's nothing else in there. All day today. Nothing. No yoga. All day today. I go to her later, right before I started this podcast, and I go, "Hey, what happened to the yoga? I thought you needed to do yoga. I thought it was like, I have to do my yoga." And I just made fun of her, and we laughed about it. And that's why I love her, because, like, even when I hate her, she just has a way of, like, making me not hate her anymore. You know, and that's really the sign of a good relationship, I guess, you know, because you're going to have moments where you're going to be like, "I can't stand what you're doing right now. In this moment right now, I do not like you." And then they turn around and give you a hug or give you a smile, and it just all goes away. And she has that power over me to make it all go away. She'll just say, "Give me a 30-second hug," and then, you know, it just goes away. You know, because I just got mad because I was like, all you had to do was tell me to move this, but just be real that you're just upset that I'm not spending time with you right now, and you're making a big dramatic scene over nothing. You know, and I hate that. I can't stand drama. But you got to let it go. You got to get it. You got to let it go. You know, and if you were watching, and I was streaming at the time too, so if you saw it live, where I had to leave the room and go do some damage control, that's what happened. Yeah, relationships are for sure a love-hate relationship. It's just like, and that's really what it is. When you just realize that, you know, it's funny how the same person you adore, the same person that is the light of your life, can also be the same person that causes you to feel like, damn, I just want to. Yesterday I wanted to take her face and cover it in honey and stick it in a beehive. That's just how I felt at the time. You know what I mean? But that's the thing too. Like, exactly what somebody in chat just said right now. You said you liked high maintenance. I do. That's just part of who I am too. It's like, so it's hard to be mad when somebody high maintenance is acting high maintenance. But that's part of the thing, the heightened emotions that you feel when you're with someone like that. You know, but I feel like I'm pretty high maintenance myself too. But you know, I can give it. You give it to me, you gonna get it right back. And that's the thing that she can't stand too. She hates that. I'll be giving it right back. So, but anyways, guys, I really appreciate I appreciate you guys listening to Riffin with Griffin this week. You know, let me get something good on here. Some other music from some of the people that have sent me tunes. And if you want to send me some of your music, send me some music. I'll play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I want to thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening to another episode of Riffin with Griffin. Riffin with Griffin. Riffin with Griffin.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I hope you guys have a safe and wonderful New Year's. Make sure you just be safe out there, right? Don't be going to a lot of parties. If you're gonna be getting drunk, especially if you're gonna be drinking, just drink with your immediate family, man. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're gonna, put yourself and your family in danger, especially anybody older in your family or anybody in pre-existing conditions. So be safe out there. I really appreciate you guys being here. I'm not always going to do it live, but while I was setting things up and getting everything together, I said, let me just go live. I know, because this is how I do my podcast anyway. It's just free flowing, and I just do it. I just sit in front of my thing and do it, and that's it. Except for when I have like a guest, right? So when I do it like this, I'd rather share this time with you guys. So
thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to Riffin. Riffin with Griffin, episode 114. Riffin with Griffin. You know what I mean. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And also, don't forget, remember, thanks to our sponsor, BetterHelp, that's HELP, BetterHelp.com/Griffin for 10% off. I highly recommend therapy if you're going through some stuff, and it's affordable, and it's accessible to you at home. But anyways, thanks for watching Riffin with Griffin, and I will see y'all next week.